Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of the Farmall 504 restoration. So today we're going to be actually taking the wheels off, and one of these wheels is filled and I just don't have a means of taking the fluid out at the moment. So we're going to try some stuff here and hopefully it works. And unfortunately I have two of these really large 6-ton jack stands, but one of them went missing, so guess I'm just going to have to make do. So I've been stacking 4x4s in a nice Jenga formation. And I have a floor jack right here, and that'll just be our temporary solution to remove these wheels off. Honestly, I think it'll be pretty sturdy, but we'll give her a little bit of a shakedown. So I got the 4x4 stack there. I'm gonna have to cut up a few more for the other side. And then what I'm gonna do next here, because this wheel is filled with calcium chloride. I remember it because when I got it, I taste tested it. I don't advise on doing that, but I did. I don't know how full it is, but it has been leaking the whole time I've had it for 2 years, and it's still leaking. So I'm guessing it was pretty full. I don't know if it's about halfway full or whatnot, but I digress. I've actually never taken a wheel off a tractor before. I've slid them on and off the shafts, and in fact, when I bought this tractor, I had to slide them in on the shafts in order to fit them on the trailer, but I digress. So yeah, what we're gonna have to do here, what I'm planning on doing, to take off this like Farmall 300 Farmall H wheel. Drop in the comments below what wheel you think this is off of. But anyways, to take this wheel off, I'm actually gonna take the rim off of the actual wheel itself, just because it's just less weight and whatnot. And then next up, we'll get the wheel off next, and we'll be using the cherry picker for that. So that should make things a lot easier, except for this cracked up concrete floor. But I might do something with this floor in the future. I might raise it a few inches and put some insulation down and whatnot. So I digress though. Let's get this wheel off. All right, I got the wheel finally off the ground. That wood really compresses. I am not a fan of doing it this way, but unfortunately I just have no choice. I'm gonna have to get me another one of these. I just have this here as a backup for now. I'm gonna use this guy on that side over there, and I'm still gonna have to put some spacers under it, but it's a lot less sketchy than that. But well, you gotta get things done, you gotta get things done. So I'm gonna leave this holding that just so it feels more secure. And I'm going to start punching out these bolts right here. They should be a lot easier to punch out now that the weight of the tractor isn't on it, and it's only the weight of the actual rim with the calcium chloride in there. So without further ado, let's punch those guys on out. Impact battery died, so I've been having to do it the old-fashioned way. I got them all busted loose though. Inch and eighth bolts get kind of tight when they've been on there for Lord knows how long. This is the last nut. All the studs are still in there though, so I'm not really afraid of the wheel running away on me here. But yeah, it feels pretty good. Then we'll have to start popping them studs out slowly. And I think in order to do that, what I'm probably going to do is actually put this on a jack stand and then raise it up a little bit. So I'm actually going to stop taking that nut off, just because I got to raise the tractor up a little bit now. Yeah, and the cool thing about these too is these are IH bolts. They have the IH stamp on them, they're OGs. And this is definitely a thing where if I had like a brass hammer, I'd totally be using it right now, because I'm afraid I might be screwing up the threads a little bit. Looks like there's a big tapered surface there that takes a little while before I'd even worry about hitting a thread, but still. And actually, wow, look at that one. That one is really wallered. Guess that's what happens, you know, with this style of lug. And actually, I wonder if, I don't believe this is an H stud because if you look at these. So one thing that might have helped us figure out the age is if these actual wheel holder mabobbers are the originals. I don't believe IH started using the actual IH stamp on their hardware until I think the 50s. So the fact that this has it, and let's say this wheel's original, I do not think this is off an H, because from my understanding is none of the older letter series tractors had the stamp on them. At least they have like the round dot, but I've never seen like an actual IH stamp on them. I could be wrong. Drop in the comments below if you know, but without further ado, let's get this wheel off. All right, so hindsight being 2020, and I firmly believe if everything was done in hindsight, life would be interesting. I definitely should have just bit the bullet and ripped the whole thing off, but now it's kind of nice. Now I'm going to go roll this guy outside and push it in the snowbank and forget about it. Be a good counterweight if I put it in the back of my truck. Drop this thing, because this thing is definitely heavy. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the 504 is just a little bit more stripped, but yeah, I got her set on outside here, just leaning on the old power pole. And another thing I got the other day too, I forgot to let you guys know, I picked up 2 more wheel weights for this John. So we'll have 2 wheel weights on each side, and it even came with the hardware too. So that's sweet. But yeah, I picked those up for $100 with hardware on Facebook Marketplace. The same guy picked up that the paper pulley on my H, and he held on to them for me for a year because I told him, hey, I might be interested in these in roughly a year. And well, sure enough, he held on to them for a fella. So pays to build connections. All right, lastly here, let's see if the wheel kind of loosened itself up. Yeah. Kind of a walking game, but I really don't want to rock this around too much given the current sketchy jacking situation. So I think I'm just going to have to pick this up tomorrow and run out of time tonight. Don't worry, the video's still going on for you guys. It's just, I'm calling her quits for tonight. I got to get going to work. Oh, third shift life. Gotta love it. That's where that bobby pin went. Welcome back, everyone. It's the next day. I just got the wheel off on the other side, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but the tractor definitely is a little bit of cantilevered. That's because of one, the jack stand on the other side is kind of a goofy height and in a goofy spot. And also, when I was taking the other wheel off, things got a little sketchy. And this decided to be balancing on 2 legs. The wood blocks are spread out. It got kind of sketchy, I'm not going to lie, but I didn't want to record it because I just wanted to get it done. It was something I really wanted to focus on. And honestly, it actually came off pretty easily. It was just balancing everything else. But definitely in the future, I got to think of a new plan of wheel removal on these. But I found out this big old pry bar of mine that used to belong to my family's tire business way back in the day is freaking sweet for, I mean, it was used for tractors, but for pulling these off the hubs when they've been on here for Lord knows how long. So I'll probably wiggle that the rest of the way off by hand. You guys probably didn't hear how loud that was on camera, but my ears are ringing. Yeah, I'm gonna get this wheel off of here and it's not going back on. I'm putting a 504 wheel back on this side. Trying to find out how heavy these are. Probably not that heavy. Famous last words. That ain't bad. Just a little bit more than a wheel weight. Whew. I have to remember this Woodruff key. I might need it later. The new wheel I get doesn't come with it. But yeah, thank God these things are off. Good riddance. Oh. Well, why did you do that? And there we have it, one 504 skeleton. As you can tell, she's got a little bit of a yaw, you know, she's coming in for an aggressive approach, but that's all right, that's all right. So probably start cleaning up the junk here next. It's nice that the wheels are off because now I can, you know, just walk here without having to shimmy around. It was really sketchy when this thing did pivot because I had this thing coming in straight and she turned a little bit and almost sent the drawbar into the garage door and the tire, so that would have been expensive. So I'm glad that didn't happen. Next time I do this, I'm gonna just set up some trailer jacks and make my own little move around stand. For the 504 here, first time doing this stuff, I don't mind cutting corners because I'm learning, but when I do the wife's H and other tractors in the future, definitely gonna do it right. But right now money is not of the essence, unfortunately, so where there's a high risk, there is high reward. I digress. Let's start cleaning this up a little bit and get ready to pull the platforms off. This is a job for just a simple flathead screwdriver scraper, just because there's so many little nooks and crannies in here. Couldn't really get much done with a big scraper. This isn't going to be perfectly clean. It's just going to cleaner. And in fact, I might run the vacuum over it a little bit here too before I start pressing all this junk on the ground, just so all the loose stuff can get vacuumed up. And then after that, we'll keep going away. It's just a super thick grease. This poor thing probably just not seen a bath in, well, probably this millennia. Oh, free nut! Sweet! And there we have it, guys. I vacuumed up pretty much as much of the loose stuff as I possibly could. The only place I didn't really get to was the back of the tractor, but not really that worried about it back here because it's not super dirty back here. The rest of it is just oily and it will not come up. I keep standing in the way of the light. It will not come up, so that's gonna need some good scrubbing and whatnot, but that's okay. That's what I got kerosene and mineral spirits for. It still has hydraulic fluid in it because I still don't have the proper things to drop the fluid on it. I might rip off that hydraulic pump cover. That might help drain some, but it's whatever. So I think this is a good place to wrap the video up. So yeah, guys, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It really supports the channel and continues me to be able to do this stuff more easily, for lack of better words. Yeah, we're making good progress and we're finally to the point where I want to be, and it's down to the skeleton, and I want to actually, this is the peak part. This is what I've been wanting to do, to see what it looks like underneath the platform here, because that's where things are probably going to get a little expensive, because this thing is grinded a lot. So I want to see how the gears look. I want to see how, I don't believe these have synchros, so just everything. I just want to see the overall condition of everything, and we're close to the turning point where we can actually start ordering stuff, but still, I need to start taking off accessories and all that jazz, sanding them down, scrubbing them down, and painting them, which I really look forward to. So yeah, awesome stuff. Stay tuned for some more Farmall 504 content. I'll try and push it out as hard as I can here, and you guys have a good one.